How am I gonna hold this thing? Hey guys, how's it going? You like the new camera? I wanted to make this video to kind of get a conversation going of sorts, because lately I've been having a pretty serious problem, and I know for a fact that I am not the only one who is dealing with this problem. Lately, I've been having terrible memory issues. My long-term memory is struggling a little bit. My short-term memory is non-existent at times. This started happening just a few weeks ago, and 22, that's a little too young for dementia, so I started to think, what is causing this? What's causing my memory to disappear? And it wasn't long before my intuition was telling me, it's the technology I'm using, plain and simple. I did some digging, and there's a lot of articles about this if you Google it, and some are more scientific and medical than others. The general consensus seems to be that frequent technology use is really not good for your brain, and it's really, really not good for your memory. Will complete a task, completely forget that I just did the task, just within like seconds of doing the task. And then I'll go back and I'll try and do it again, only to realize that I already did it. That is terrifying. That's terrifying. You do something and then you realize you just did it, but you don't have any memory of just doing it until you try and do it again. Other examples of my memory failing me would be my inability to do basic math all of a sudden. I've never had that happen before. I'll walk into rooms, forget why I walked in there. I'll start a task, and then get distracted and go do something else. I'll make plans with people and then forget about them. At first, I thought that I was not someone who was terminally online, like a lot of people my age, but I was just lying to myself. I personally don't have any social media, thank God. However, I did realize that the thing I'm addicted to is watching YouTube videos, weirdly enough. Not watching them per se, but listening. What I'll do is I'll be performing tasks, and I have to have a YouTube video playing in the background. I have to have something to listen to. I realize that's crippled my ability to focus on basic tasks. Even right now, I'm struggling to remember the lines I wrote for this video, and it's embarrassing. I think about all of the time, this precious free time that I have, that I waste either watching or listening to YouTube. And I believe total, it's around 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day spent either watching or listening to YouTube. I just want to cut it out of my life altogether. I just want to be done with it. It just takes up so much of my time, and I'm sick of it. There's just infinitely better things I could be doing with my free time than wasting it on consuming entertainment. So that's what I'm going to do. All this week, I will not be consuming any YouTube. I will not be consuming any internet content. I will only be using the internet for work-related tasks. This is a pretty big deal for me. I think I have probably only spent 1 to 2 days off of the internet at a time before, so this is going to be a pretty big deal. Will staying off the internet for 1 week cure my internet addiction? Will staying off of YouTube for 1 week cure my memory issues? I think it will. Today is November 19th, 4 p.m., and I will not be consuming any internet content of any kind until November 26th, 4 p.m. Let's do it. So the first day without internet went pretty well, I would say. I really felt it when I got home. I really had that urge to sit down and watch something, and I just had to just turn my brain off from that idea altogether. So I got home around 3:30 today, I would say. And between the hours of 3:30 and 6, I cleaned my room, I did several loads of laundry, and I made a beautiful steak dinner for me and the rest of my family to enjoy. It was a very rewarding experience, to say the least, and I feel very productive, very accomplished, and right now, it's only 8 o'clock, so I guess I'm just gonna spend the rest of my free time animating for the night, you know? I've got all this free time on my hands, so thank you. Alright, so day 2 was a little rougher than day 1 for sure. Several times throughout the day I just had the urge to pull out my phone at random and just start watching a YouTube video, and that was really hard to break at first because it's just, you're so used to receiving stimuli whenever you want. Your brain just craves that, it needs that, and so denying yourself from that was like, oh man, you learn how serious of a problem it is when you whip out your phone and you're like, oh crap, yeah, I remember, I can't do that. Day 3, I noticed it wasn't really a problem. The urge is still there, but it's definitely not as bad, so I feel like it is leaving. It's incredible how much time you have on your hands, and you don't even realize it because we're all too busy looking at screens, and when you take that away, your body just, oh, okay, time to go be productive, time to start living life. It's amazing. And I have the drive to start doing things again, being productive, and just living better in general. I've eaten so much meat this week, and I'm so much better for it because I have given myself the time to cook. By not allowing myself to stare at a screen, I suddenly have all of this free time. It's crazy. People, they sit there and they say, oh, I'm so busy, you know, I've got so much stuff going on. No, they don't. They're wasting their lives. They're wasting their precious time staring at screens. And I'm learning through this week that if you just cut that out, you've got so much free time. You can pursue anything you want, and it's amazing. It's like crack. It's so addicting. And this, do you see that? That's a prayer rope, okay? I've had more time to spend with God, all right? More time praying, more time doing things that matter to your existence. I was having a conversation with my brother today, and I was searching for a word, and the word I was looking for was lethargic, right? And I just knew it instantly. I knew the word and I said it, and it's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to talk normally, and my brain was like, did you mean to say lethargic? Maybe you meant to say lackadaisical or something like that. But no, I just talked normal, the way that I wanted to, the way that I'm supposed to. And it was such a relief because I was so terrified that this was, you know, this process of getting myself back was going to take weeks or months. But no, in just a matter of days, I feel great. I don't feel like scum anymore is a good way to say it. I don't feel lethargic anymore. I have motivation, I have drive, I want to get out of bed and do things, and I would have never guessed that technology was making me feel that way, but it has been, and cutting it out of my life for just 3 days has been just amazing.
Whoa! Hey, Stan! Stan, come here! Here, boy!
Day 4 was definitely the best day so far. I only had one huge urge, and that's because my brother and I were talking about music, and I thought about how nice it would be to listen to a song on YouTube, but as soon as I fought that off, it really went away for the day. I took my dog to this little wooded area, and we just kind of explored, and I hope that no one owned this area, but it got me thinking, you know, a lot of people my age, we used to climb trees, you know, we used to get outside, and we don't do that anymore. We gotta get back to that, man. Alright, last day. We are really rednecking it now. There's an extension cord going from the house to my computer so I can capture audio. So, I think we've just lost the sun. We just lost the last of the sun. Final day. Final thoughts here. Honestly, I think it was great. I don't regret a thing. I feel like I can breathe again. You know, there's not a lot of clustered space in my mind, and I went back to watching some YouTube today, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't like I was looking for that entertainment. I wasn't craving it anymore, so I watched a little, and then I turned it off. I was just done with it. My memory issues, completely gone. Like, I can do things now. I can exist. I'm not a dementia patient anymore. I would absolutely recommend that everyone try just getting off the internet for a week. You will not regret it. It was absolutely an amazing choice. I think maybe a week might have been too long, like 5 days might have done the trick. Who knows, maybe that's the time that my brain needed to heal. I don't know what's going on in here. You know, I've got a lot of plastic gray matter to work with. I don't regret a thing, guys. I would do it again. It was amazing. So, yeah, with all of that being said, have a Merry Christmas. God bless each and every one of you. I'm out. I'm done. Hit me with a John Mulaney impression. Go. Come here, sit down. If you think you can be the star of the show, then go ahead, sit down. Alright, funny guy, say something funny.